Here's what nobody tells you. Okay, listen.
Hello. So, as you have guessed with the title, it's not gonna be a cliche video, but please be careful while listening and think of it yourself. You will know why am I telling each and every point. Today I'll be sharing 5 mental habits that will literally rewire the way you think. Yes, do something which you like when you feel demotivated.
Because
Here's nobody tells you about demotivation. Your head is just not broken, it's just depleted. Okay, so fighting head on almost never works. Instead of forcing yourself to grind through it, what if you did the opposite? Do one thing, like anything, which you genuinely love. Like be it painting, be it watching movies, listening to music, socializing to people, playing some game, video game or outdoor game, anything, walking, simply walking, anything which you genuinely love, like which can change your mood, uplift your mood, and see what it can do after you do that. What it can do to your mood after you do that. Be it for 10 minutes, 5 minutes, or maybe half an hour. Take your own time. Do genuinely what you love. Because you can't keep sitting through it and, keep grinding your mind all over that, phase of thinking where you feel demotivated and more depressed. Don't do that yourself. So, this isn't laziness, this is just strategy. It's like you're refueling your energy before you drive. So it's really important for you to, you know, get diverted if you're feeling depressed or demotivated. Just please cut it off and start doing something you love. This one is a bit uncomfortable, but this is gonna be a gem tip. When you're not feeling well, or feel when you're not okay, every part of you wants to stay still or stay on the bed, stay safe, like calm, and at a place like on the couch, very calm, like a lazy potato. Game over. I know the feeling because I do experience a lot of emotions because I know that feeling. I'm a very moody person. But here's what I learned: going to the other side of the feeling always makes you feel better. Trust me, it does make you feel better 100%. You can yourself compare that because staying still like this or moving to the other side when you get going, just think of it yourself. Just one step, one call, one decision to move. You don't have to run or, you know, make the feeling run all along. You just have to move. And the feeling follows the action, not the other way around. Trust me. Yes, you read it right. For 1 second, try to think from the other person's perspective. Like, just imagine what if the argument you've been revolving around your head is completely different from the other person's perspective? Like, what if it hits your head and you regret it so bad? Can't even imagine that. After, it makes you feel bad, it makes you feel worse. If the other person was right than you, or maybe it's not right or wrong, but what if what if your argument doesn't make more sense after the other person's argument? Just for 1 second, step out of your story, like 1 second, and think. Not to make them feel bad or not to excuse bad behavior or something like that, but just to understand. Because the moment you start understanding the other person's perspective or see from their eyes, you start responding, not reacting vaguely. You start responding validly. That is the point. And then the shift you experience after that, it's not just you have understood somebody or something like that. The relationship altogether transforms. from a one point to another level. So that is the whole key. That is the whole point of you making a good, smart move by thinking something from other person's eyes. I know, being positive. This is the most cliche advice one could hear. I definitely can understand. But hear me out. Once you start adapting this habit in your brain, you cannot go back. You cannot. Positivity isn't just about pretending everything is fine, but what your mind is making you think while everything isn't fine. So you can just compare the actual difference. Like, you can't be sitting like still and be like everything is fine. You can't pretend doing that. Like, not all the time. But what if you think what your mind is making you think at that point of time? Your brain literally scans to, what you tell it to look it for. You give it problems, it'll think about it. You give it solutions, it will think about that too. Remember, positivity is not something blind. It's like training your brain. Start doing it today, and you will for sure see the difference. I know even I am trying to adapt a few things, or a few habits, mental habits, to improve myself or be in a very good position to understand, or in a social position to be talkable or understandable from others' perspective as well. So all of these things, please keep in your mind so that it'll really, really help you when you're around people, especially, and also when you're alone. Yes, prioritizing yourself. This might be the most uncomfortable habit that one can adapt. We've been conditioned to think that putting yourself first or prioritizing yourself is being selfish, but you're absolutely wrong. Let me ask you one thing. How well are you showing up for others when you yourself are empty, like plain or blank? Think of it to yourself. You will understand why I asked you this. For obvious reasons, you cannot pour an empty cup. You cannot pour from an empty cup because saving your time, saving your energy, saving your mental peace is not selfishness for sure. That's self respect. And that might be the most important thing you can give to yourself. That's like a mental shift you make to yourself. These five mental habits won't transform your life overnight. No. But start with one habit a day and let me know in the comments which one hit you the most. And if any of the points we spoke about made you think differently, at least for a second, then you are starting your first habit today. Absolutely.